I've conscripted a few apprentices to help me with the plumbing. We ran 35 feet of supply underneath the building in the crawl space, and we ran it up through the floor to the water heater, and we also ran the waste line for all the washing machines and the laundry tub and vented that out through the ceiling. And we also ran the vents for the gas furnace and the gas water heater, and then a whole lot of other miscellaneous little things for gas leaks. So we spray this soapy stuff on to see if there's any bubbles, and that tells us that the gas is sealed. Most of the week we've either been in the dirt under the building, or we've been on the roof doing flashing, or we've had occasional breaks to work inside on the plumbing there.
This week I have been cooking. I've cooked 3 meals a day for 24 people for 5 days now. We've had spaghetti, we've had nachos, we've had goulash. For breakfast we've had sausage gravy, biscuits, bacon, eggs, assorted sandwiches during the day, sloppy joes, hot dogs.
Just land, I can't tell how far, but out there quite a ways, probably 100 yards, all the way across, up on the hill where the tank is all property that the Chatlow Foundation owns, that the CDC uses. That collects rainwater, and then they use it for irrigation and stuff. You can see the burn pile down there, and then they've got storage and stuff back there, and off the side of the hill here. They added a lean-to against the side of the building we built last year, and I didn't know that, but they built that and sided it up for more storage. This was the only entrance to the shop, and they keep a big pile here to put in the wood-burning stove.
Yeah, I think what most people think it's going on a mission trip is going to Nigeria or across seas and sharing the gospel. But you also don't think that it's actually the behind-the-scenes building buildings for people who are sharing Christ or doing God's work in people's lives. And so we're helping them in the background of doing the buildings and projects that they can't do with money-wise, or because they're having to focus on the people.
There are 2 different types of missions trips. I think one type is where you try to impact people for Jesus through evangelism or discipleship. And then this is a different type of missions trip, and this is the type of mission trip where you really are trying to build up the missionaries and help the missionaries and the ministries that free up the people who are doing it full-time to actually do the ministry that God's called them to do. And that's pretty much what we're doing. We have been fortunate enough to interact some with some of the students here, and that's been very pleasant. But we recognize that our main goal here is to minister to the missionaries that God's called to do it full-time, the people who are ministering at the Christian Discipleship Center.
This is my 6th time to come, and I love the missionaries up here, especially like Miss Colleen and Mr. John. And I love seeing them and meeting the people in the program, and it makes me feel like I'm actually doing something when you're going out there and doing like physical labor and stuff.
There are several things I think that really come out of mission trips. The first, obviously, is that you've done an amount of service for a group. Secondly, I think mission trips are important for a church body because working on a common project isolated from the rest of the world fosters a large sense of connection and bonding inside the church body itself. And thirdly, I think that individual members on a missions trip grow spiritually more than they do otherwise. I know that in my own life that's frequently been the case.
Because basically you can take a step back from normal life and see what he's done by helping people who have less.
It's very rewarding. When you see the passion that these missionaries have for the native people, it really touches you. We've got some really strong workers, people with, the kids have good work ethic. They are very eager, willing to to get in there, and they don't mind getting dirty. They don't mind working hard. I haven't really heard them complaining. I think we've got a good group of kids here.
I'm hoping to get better relationships with my running animals and hopefully survive.
The point of a mission trip to me is to grow closer to your church family, and it's to help wherever you're at, to be a servant for them and to serve them. But I think more importantly, it's to build relationships, and it's to show the young people. By bringing the young people with us, we're showing them what a servant's heart is. And I think that's important. I think they need to see adults sacrifices and sleeping on floors, which they're not real comfortable doing, and seeing that life isn't all about them, just like it's not all about us. And it's giving of ourselves to others. That's what I think is most important.
I think some of the main common points are to serve other people and build them up in Christ. Some mission trips can be for evangelism because you're bringing other people to Christ, or this one more of just being able to encourage the staff and the people here, and growing ourselves as well as we minister to them.
Well, actually, my favorite part has been the ministry to our own church group that's come to help. We're not only able to provide physical help for them, but it provides quality time with us as a small group. The hardest part has actually been ministering to our own small group. Whenever you get a group together for projects and things like that, there's always personalities and conflicts and opportunities to grow our relationships with each other, but also to spend some time with the students that are here at the mission. We were able to do a Bible study with them last night, and just to share that time together praising the Lord and getting to know each other a little better.
Well, of course, Ron Sam has the patience and the diligence. He's worked. My son Stephen has worked very hard, as have both the Hammer boys. John and Joseph Hammer have both worked very hard as well. Has had Mike Hammer. In fact, everyone has jumped right in and done what they needed to do. Ann Sam and Elaine Camp have both worked behind the scenes to make sure we all get fed, and made it look so simple, but I know it's been a lot of planning before they got here and a lot of work afterwards, a lot of runs to Walmart to make sure that everything tastes good and everything is hot and fabulous when we get done working over at the laundry room.
I knew a lot of people here as acquaintances, and when I came here I actually got to know them as friends, which is definitely different. I like that.
My favorite part is being able to show these boys how to do this, because my goal is that next time they could do it without me. So if they get a couple of helpers, they would know what to do.
One thing that I wasn't expecting, even though Mr. Johnson put it on emails, he specifically told us it was going to be freezing at night. And that it was. And it was. I brought a blanket and like one of these big wool sleeping bags, and I'm still freezing, but I guess it's just me.
Oh, I've loved Colorado for years. My family has taken week-long vacations up here. I was here last year for the last CDC. I've been up here for several week-long things. That was just fantastic. The beauty of Colorado, I have to say, because rivals Texas, and not a little bit better, I have to say, because Colorado's a beautiful state.
Lake City's Community Church, we love you all, and we appreciate you so much. We feel like the Lord has made you real partners in our ministry here. Prayer, and your church is one of the churches that I feel like if there's a need, I can zip an email to Brother Johnson or to your Pastor Craig, and I know it's going to be prayed for, and that means a lot. And then you folks certainly are showing care and faith to embark on these big adventures here to help us with our construction. It's just amazing how that laundry storage building came to be. And we hadn't even had it on the agenda last year. And then my brother Alan Johnson called and said, you know, we're getting together some money. Do you have a project for us? And that all of a sudden started our wheels going and thinking, well, now what could we do with a team of people who really wanted to produce something? And then we realized that this was the time to step forward. But the next one is the dining room. Well, in order to do the dining room building, we've got to move the pantry to where the laundry room is, and then work on that. So you back that up. Before we can make a pantry, we need to move the laundry equipment out. And before we move the laundry equipment out, hey, we need another building. And so that's how it came about. And it was just amazing how the Lord put it together. We just feel like you are wonderful partners to us. And we just appreciate your willingness to come and work so hard. And it's like you're lifting up our hands, you know, by doing the things that we couldn't possibly get done when we're busy running a program, you know. So I can just say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I know on behalf of all our staff and even the students in our program that there is a group like you folks that have so much love and concern for a ministry like ours, and that you value the lives of these men and women that come here to CDC. That means a lot to us. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.